to really think they know what happens in ODM.
Yes.
And I'd like to tell my friend here, nobody needed to rein in on the SG because ODM is a democratic party.
Okay.
And the SG, if he uttered anything, it was his democratic right to give his opinion. But as we give all our opinions, when the party now sits together and discuss, and everybody, each person puts out their opinion, and we have a general discussion and come to a formal agreement of the party, each one of us then follows that agreement. So that is what happened. But I want to comment on this corruption. I think the biggest thing that SHA is going to cure in this country is the big corruption that we saw in NHIF. NHIF was a good idea, but it was crippled because there were allegations of hospitals or health institutions making fake claims, you know, working in cahoot with some of the NHIF officials and making claims where no services were actually rendered. And that became too much, such that NHIF could actually not pay, even when somebody who should be a beneficiary needed to be paid for. So this is one thing that SHA is going to cure, and that is one attempt that I credit their government, or is it our government? The Kenyan government. No. There's only one Kenyan government. So whether you're in opposition or you're in broad-based or whatever, it's government of Kenya. Yes. I think that is one thing that government of Kenya is putting its foot forward on in trying to fight corruption in the health industry. And I'm happy with that.
Right. But before I come to
you.
Yes.
Brilliant presentation, yes. We are fighting corruption. But we must have systems in place which are going to make sure that what we speak is what we do. We are supposed to have, I think we've discussed in the Senate, we are supposed to have a financial management system within the health sector. If that system can be implemented, and I know, for example, I have a lot of my friends, Senator Cherargei and Mama Rose, who are constantly telling me, is there anything you will ever give William Ruto credit for? I said, yes. The fact that we are going into
procurement,
the fact that we are going into payments, the fact that we are going to have an healthcare financial system where when a patient gets into a hospital, their ID is taken, what they are unwell of is put down, the doctor who's going to treat them is known, what the doctor prescribes you know, the medicines that are being provided by the hospital, they are known, the doses which exist are known. If in that area, for example, you're going to have a problem with tsetse-fly and people are having sleeping sickness, it will show in the system that Kisii County, if it has individuals who are suffering from this disease, the immediate emergency intervention that the government needs to do is this. The amount of money that you're going to do for CAT scan, right now you have some health facilities that charge for a CAT scan 7,000, 15,000, there are others charging even up to 25. You have people who are going for renal services. To getting dialysis, and yet you'll find in some health facilities they'll be charged 6,000 or 7, and in some places they'll be charged 14. How can we standardize this so that every individual who falls sick knows that if you are in Kenya, unless you are in a very far distance, like when we went to Mandera, you would argue that because of the materials that you need, because of the cost in transport, because that could be most probably this. But how do you mitigate it as a state? The government can then provide subsidy. There are certain things we can do which other countries have done. Number two, I wanted to mention something about Senator Sifuna. Sifuna was not talking about himself. Sifuna is talking about the party where I belong, where I've been. Sifuna was basically raising the issues which many people in the party have been raising. If the government, the broad-based government, can pick up from what Sifuna has been saying, assume he's on the worst case, he's on the left kabisa, what is it that the government can offer so that the Sifuna thinking Kenyans can come to the center? There are basic minimums that we expect. Me particularly, because I've been ODM. ODM is the social democratic party that believes in certain tenets. We believed in fairness. I believe in equity. I believe in meritocracy. I believe in good governance. I believe in a country that is able to lift itself with the challenges it has, where we pick our most vulnerable, people with disability, people who have no income, people who have no medicines. That is the party that I've been in.
Right.
And I expect that as this party goes forward, it's a party that will go back to its ideals and stick by those ideals. My position is that, yes, many countries in the world, whether you go to Italy, you go to Israel, will form coalition governments. But that coalition government is based on something. It is based on certain tenets. There are parties that will never sign a coalition unless you say what your position is on green energy. There are parties that will not discuss anything with you unless you come out and talk about the environment or on education. So what we are saying, this is a new testing ground. And I know that we've been very harsh in criticizing us as a party because ODM is supposed to be the best. I don't expect mediocrity from ODM. I don't look at the brains there. So what Sifuna is talking about is really resonating with, first, ODM members, and number two, with Kenyans. So I want to say this, Dibal.
So are you saying there is a disconnect between ODM members and its leadership?
No. What I'm saying is this. What the party said yesterday was very simple. Yes, we are in this broad-based government, and that position hasn't changed. But at the same time, if this broad-based government does not deliver even the basic minimums, Sifuna has a right to raise those issues. Onyonka has a right to raise those issues.
As an individual?
Okay. So that the party can maybe begin to listen that the people we represent are the ones who are telling us what is working and what is not.
So